Hello, this is Jamerica, and my new name on the internet or on YouTube is Jamerica Life. So if you're looking for me there, that is my name. Yesterday, I can't leave the house, right, without buying a plant. I went out and got 4 plants that I have been wanting. Well, one of them I had to get because it just looks so beautiful. But this is lavender. I'm trying to grow lavender, but just in case I do not get it, I went and I bought some. And this joker, it smells good. You have to squeeze it a little bit. I'm not gonna squeeze it too much, but this is my lavender. They're not cheap. I got it from the supermarket. So a lot of people think that you have to go to the big box stores or to, the other store, all of the big box stores. There's 3 major ones that I'm thinking about. Well, 4, including TSC, which I go to all the time. But this is my lavender. This is from a Texas supermarket. Y'all see it on here. It wasn't cheap for this plant, but most of the time when I go to this huge Texas supermarket, the plants are nicer and they're cheaper. So this one was not cheap, but this, look at it, look at it, look at it. Isn't it beautiful? This is my lavender. So I'm gonna watch a couple of YouTube videos because I've never been successful in growing lavender from seed. This is my first lavender. So we'll work on that. Next, I want to introduce you to my, what is this called? Santa Rosa plum. Here it is. Oh my God, it's huge. I'm gonna turn it around and let you all see these plants up close and personal, okay? Well, here she is, my Santa Rosa plum. Let me move around so y'all can see it. Get a good look at her. Isn't she beautiful? Look at how tall she is. I had to put her on the back of my truck and lay her down and put some bags of soil to, buffer it. But look, now if it gets cold, I'm pulling this joker back into the garage. Look at that. Look at her blooms. I don't know why this camera's doing this, but her blooms are incredible. Look at her blooms. Her blooms are incredible. That's why I had to get her. That is why I had to get her. And they're everywhere. This tree is super healthy. Now, I told you all about buying trees. Now let's look at the bottom of this tree and see what the root system looks like. Okay, so she's all wrapped up. First thing you want to check for is this, to make sure that these aren't too tight. This stabilizer, sometimes that cuts it off, and they have this thing wrapped up. I guess this is for shipping. So I'm gonna take this off. We don't need this anymore. So that's first thing. Next thing I want to take off is these. Jamerica, why are you throwing things on the floor? I know that this is for shipping and they're not that strong, but I do not want anything to inhibit the growth of this plant. Okay, so I have those off. I just took this off because I want to make sure there's no ties on the bottom. Next thing we need to look at is, I'll take that off too. This tree doesn't need that. It's not being shipped anymore. And this is a piece of bamboo they got it staked to. So this bamboo can come out. And I'm gonna use this for my tomato plants. So I'll put it on the side with the rest of the stuff. Next thing we need to do is look at the root structure of this tree. Do this before you get it out. Okay, so we want to inspect the tree, right? So we're gonna take this and we're gonna pull it out. And you're gonna look at the bottom of it. You see that? It's not all twirled around. This is a healthy tree. Very healthy. And I am so happy. I buy from them all the time. It's our supermarket in Texas. So if you're in Texas, you know what I'm talking about, the big old store that we have. I'm not gonna advertise for them, but the big old store that we have, and some of them, we have a super, we have supermarkets out here in Texas. Not just at, the big box store, but we have supermarkets that are super, and they have garden centers there. Check out their garden center because it's amazing. So that is my Santa Rosa plum. Beautiful. I'm gonna focus in on it one more time, and then I'm gonna show you the other plants that I got. So that's 2 of the 4 plants that I got yesterday. Look how tall it's taller than I am. It's at least 10 feet tall. There we are. On to the next. The next plant I want to introduce you to that I have one, but I don't have this one. Oh my God, it's heavy. Dragon fruit. I wanted one of these so bad, and the supermarket had it $20. I usually don't tell much, but look at this thing. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Oh my gosh. I am so happy to get this plant. I am so happy to get this plant. You just don't know. This is just a dream come true. And I only spent like $20 for it. And I didn't have to wait and hope and order it online and hope that it came in halfway decent. Because when you order stuff online, it may not look like it did on the picture. And I have had so many instances where the plant came in, it was damaged, and I had to nurse it back to health. And I mean, I prefer to buy them when I can see them. And this one is already potted, and it's huge. Look at this. Look at it. You don't know the gravity of the situation, do you? Look at that. That thing is at least 4 feet tall. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And the last one reminds me of my grandma. I'll show you in just a sec. So this last plant has no medicinal purposes. It is just something that soothes my soul. And I have a few of them. I see one coming up right now. I planted 2 around 15 years ago. And they come up every year, but I wanted more. And look what I got. I'm gonna show you the sticker first. Isn't that beautiful? A Regina walking iris. And you think it would be small, right? I'm gonna show y'all the price too, because y'all ain't gonna believe this. So let me show you the plant first. Here it is. Huge. I'm gonna back the camera up so you can see how big it is. This plant is huge. Huge. All right? There's the price. I love Texas. There is no way I would have bought this plant for $15 in New York. No way. Okay, 16 because it's $15.97. There is no way. No way. The lavender was not cheap though. It was not cheap. But I wanted the lavender and I couldn't find it anywhere else. Well, yeah, because I looked. I went to the orange big box store. I didn't go to the blue one, but I was already at the supermarket. And so that's the 4 plants I got. 1 herb, 1 tree, 1 fruit, and 1 to soothe the soul. One that is just, beautifulness. I want to get a bearded iris also, but I'll have to look for it. I know I'm not going to buy that as a plant, most likely. I'm going to have to buy the root or the tuber. So let me put them in order and let you see them I'll decorate over here and then we'll close this thing out, okay? So here are my 4 beautiful plants. My plum tree, my Santa Rosa plum tree, that is already sprouting. See that? And it's all the way up there. My iris, my walking Regina walking iris, my dragon fruit plant, here it is, and my lavender plant. Isn't she beautiful? This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life, and if you want to see your plants up front and beautiful, you don't have to order them online. I order them online, but know that when you order from a nursery and you get a bare roots tree in, or a live tree or a live plant in, they may not look like what you got. You're gonna have to work on them and get them to, you know, a decent stage. When you buy it from one of the stores, first of all, make sure it's not root bound, but at least you get to know, you'll see what you're getting. Now, check the roots, because the ones that come in from the internet, most likely it's not going to be root bound. When you get them from the store, check the roots to make sure that they haven't had them in the pots too long. But both are good. Both are good. If you are good with plants, they're fighting. Those are the finches. They're always fighting. That is the rowdiest bunch. Both are good. If you're good with plants and you're good at taking care of plants, go ahead and order them online. Just know that the plant may come in and need to go through an intensive care unit. I've had some good experiences and some bad experiences. All of my plants that I ordered online have survived thus far. I've never had any die, unless I did something and they passed away after I got them in. Most of the time they make it. Some of the plants that I got from the grocery store, same thing. They're alive when you get it. Just make sure that they're in a good state. Make sure that you check them out. Not only the top of the tree, but the root system. Pull it up out of the, if it can't come out of the pot, most likely it's root bound. Pull it out of the pot, look at the roots, make sure you don't see anything that looks suspicious, or you don't see any bugs in there, because sometimes you'll get a plant that's infested with bugs. Take it home. Now, some people get upset because they see the fertilizer in there. I don't know what to tell you. All of them do it. If you order a plant, it's gonna have fertilizer in it. They all do it. Just plant it and, you know, do the best you can. The only way you can make sure that you have it completely organic or completely natural is to plant it from seed and hope that no airplanes, no neighbor is spraying any bug spray or putting anything in the ground. You can only control so much. So I just do the best I can do. Oh no, I rubbed it rubbed up against something. Rubbed up against my truck. I'm sorry. God, I digress. I think this is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. Thank you guys for being with me. And I had a big, huge grin on my face yesterday. The guy at the supermarket, the manager out there at the supermarket in the flower, in the garden department, because he knows me well. Most of these trees came from the supermarket. Most of them. Because I planted all this stuff. All of them. There's nothing back here. Maybe one rose bush. Yeah, one rose bush. And a couple of oleander, and they're poisonous. I didn't plant those jokers. I don't like them. You can't burn the oleander. Just burning the oleander will make you sick. So, Yeah, most of these trees came from the supermarket. Rose bushes included. And some of them came from the blue big box stores, but most of the trees here are from the supermarket. Our supermarket here in Texas. So take that with a grain of salt. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. I thank you guys for being here with me, and I'll see you on the next one. Because I am so happy now. I gotta research this and I gotta research that, but I'll do that on another video. Bye, y'all. Here you are, sweetheart. You need to stand up, baby. Stand up. Tumbling over this thing. Hey. There you go. There you go. I'll fix you sooner or later. Wow. This is beautiful.